So the 1500 sanding is all done. I've just finished doing that. It's not an aggressive sand at all. Like I said, it basically polishes it. It brings a nice smooth shine to it. And now we're ready for the lemon oil. And this is pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You just wipe it on and just work it in with a cloth. And just kind of go against the grain. You don't need a lot. I don't know how well it's picking up on video, but from my angle, it's really bringing out the wood. I decided to move the camera so that you can see how much the lemon oil is bringing out the beauty of the wood. Actually, I'm going the wrong way here. There we go. But this is pretty simple. It just works into the wood and it helps protect it, brings out that beauty, gives it a nice satiny shine. And because this is bare wood, you really want to protect it. And this is the perfect thing. And it's also good to put on here every once in a while. Helps to clean the fretboard. Because this is I would consider this bare wood because I sanded off quite a bit. Well, not quite a bit, but I sanded this pretty aggressively. I did the whole fretboard in lemon oil before I go and take my cloth. Normally you'd go maybe a couple frets at a time just to let it penetrate and then clean off the dirt and things like that. But and I'll let this dry a little bit after I wipe it down. Oh yeah, you can really see the shine. I should move the camera again. You can really see the nice shine. How smooth that fretboard is. From that 1500 grit, it really does make a difference. But like I said, I might, well, I'll let this sit, give it a look. I might do a couple of, I don't want to say coats, but a couple of applications of lemon oil. And the one thing that's really kind of cool, I really should move the camera. The maple inlays maple is a really cool wood, and it's showing, it's almost twinkling. It's really kind of neat the way the grain is showing. Even though it's a tiny sliver, it really has a neat effect. I didn't think this would not turn out, but I have to say, I think it's turned out way better than I thought it would. Or at least, I didn't think it would look as impressive, maybe. I think it does look really, really cool. Let me just, oh, there is a better angle. That looks beautiful. And it's very smooth, very shiny. Well, it's satiny shiny. You're not going to get a high gloss shine because this is bare wood with oil on it. But that 1500 grit really does bring out or smooth it down, polish it down. There's no nap, there's no fiber sticking out of the wood. Nice, nice finish. It's going to be really cool to get some strings on this. Okay, all major surgery is complete. But we're not ready to go. We're not ready to put strings on because what I want to do is reduce the action of this nut. You can go quite low with a fretless base. So you can see here what the action is now as it was set up for the fretted. So we're going to bring it down. I'm going to take the nut off and just shave the bottom and then put the nut back on. So onward. Hopefully this nut comes off without any problems. Looking at it, it looks pretty good. Like I could just go ahead and try taking it off, but I'm going to do this anyway. Just cut. I have a sharp X-Acto knife. I'm just going to kind of, yeah, it doesn't even seem to be attached. But you want to break the any finish so that when you snap that nut off, it doesn't take a chunk of finish off. But it doesn't appear to be on this one. It looks like the nut was either replaced or put in after or something. I don't know. We'll see anyway. So that helps to score it. I just have, it's just a block of wood. Just every old day block of wood. And my little hammer here. Just a little finishing hammer. So I'm just going to see here. I'm just going to hold this. Just a couple of taps. There we go. That was it. Gently. There we are. Yeah. See, this one, this is a hollow nut. If I started to shave this down for each string, I could end up going into this little hollow area because it's only, yeah. So I'm going to shave off the bottom and then just keep putting it back in place until I get it to where I think it should be. So I've got a flat surface here and my 150 again, and I'm just gonna drag it back and forth. Just keep my eye on it and then I can just go over here and test fit it. I only want to take down, like I said, half of that action that you saw. It's not going to take much at all, especially since it's hollow. Trying to get this straight and even. I finished shaving that nut down. I don't really have a specific number, and it all really depends on personal preference. I didn't take it down a drastic amount. I don't know, like half a millimeter. I do a lot of things like this just, you know, by feel. I've done that for a long time. Kind of like how a chef doesn't measure. But anyways, we're going to glue that in place. And we're not going to use a whole lot of glue. Just a couple of little dabs. But clean this out a little bit. Like I say, just a couple of dabs. You don't really need a whole lot. You don't want to drench glue in there. Let's hold that in place for a second. I mean, you've got 4 bass strings holding it down. It's not going to go anywhere. The only real pressure is like side pressure if you're doing a really mean bend. But even then, it's not going to, I mean, it could slip on you. That's really the only idea for the glue, is that it keeps it from moving around. And plus, too, when you're changing strings, you don't want the nut falling out on you. And that should be it. That should be right there in place. And even though super glue dries super quick, I'm going to let that sit for a while. And I got some other things to do before I attempt putting strings on here. I'm going to let that sit for a good long time, probably till tomorrow. Here we are at the end of this project. This was a lot of fun, kind of different. These are the nylon coated flat wounds that Calvin bought, and I put them on here. Really look nice on this bass. They look really cool against that fretboard too. I think he's going to have a lot of fun playing this. I'm not a fretless player, but I was having a lot of fun just trying this thing out. So hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe because I got a lot of neat things on the go all the time. And we'll see you next time. Pretty sweet there, my friend. What do you think?
Sounds awesome. That's what I was going for. The new strings are cool. Yeah, need time to play around with it.